Hi, I'm Alan Jones, Executive Editor for Boating World Magazine. Well, here I am in my favorite position aboard the Majestic Starlounger by Starcraft, here with Dan Robinson. How you doing?
Great, Alan. Thank you.
I know this is the flagship of your company here. Do we have some new stuff for this year?
Yeah, the Majestic Series is our top-of-the-line pontoon boat, and this year, looking at our competitors and what was going on in the industry, we really decided that we needed to leap forward and be aggressive, and we completely retooled our Majestic line. And what you see here is the fruits of our labor. The back end of this boat, as you and I were talking earlier, is really what's going to sell this boat.
It's fantastic. What do we have in the back there?
Well, we start out with a flexi-teak platform, which is complemented by two aluminum structures that also are great platforms that keep the children away from the engine when they're jumping off.
Right. Well, it's incredibly roomy too. I mean, most pontoons you don't have any room in the back, and just really good looking too.
Well, as you know, with all the boats that you look at, it's always a balance when we're building a boat to decide where we're going to put all the space. This one, we just stretched it out. Our engineers did a great job. Our designers looked at it and said, hey, you know what? More and more these days, people are spending time on the back of the boat. They're not using their fuel, they're anchored up, and they're hanging out, partying, and utilizing the back. So we incorporated these rear-facing lounges, which are also great and safe for ski spotting, and that real nice platform that's a real safe platform from boarding on both sides, as well as we have a flexi-teak platform on the bow of the boat for boarding.
Nice. I love the industrial strength ski toe there too. That's pretty impressive.
Thanks. We worked real hard to put that into place.
It seems to be kind of a theme on your boat, heavy duty and safety. Is that true?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. You know, we've been building boats for over 100 years, and I know there's a lot of companies that have come and gone in that time and still pop up every once in a while. What we like to do is incorporate safety in just about everything we do. Everything from the construction of the boat, everything's through bolted. We use large 25-inch diameter pontoons to give us a lot of buoyancy, and then through bolting all the way through. A lot of boat companies still screw their decks. You go to a simple thing like our gates. A lot of time and thought are put into our gates, as far as our gates are through bolted with heavy gauge hinges, and we have steel brackets in our latches. We also spring load all of our gates so that at a glance from the helm you can see if you have a gate that's ajar, so you don't have to worry about a kid accidentally flopping out of it.
That's nice. Well, I'll tell you what, you've really nailed the perfect recline in these seats too. I'm going to keep thinking of questions to ask you back here because I don't want to move, frankly. But, I love the upholstery. What do we have here?
We have a soft touch leather that we've used for a couple years, and it's been an overwhelming success with the customers. Not only does it feel good, but it cleans up real well.
Well, I'm anxious to see the helm. I'm reluctant to leave here, I'll tell you the truth, but we've got some really cool stuff going on. Let's take a look.
Great.
Well, Dan, one of the things I love about this helm is how it's raised. What do you do that for?
Well, I'll tell you, we were talking before about the safety and how long Starcraft's been around and how, as a family company, their philosophy is all about safety. Well, the elevated helm station, or elevated bridge as they like to call it, is another safe feature where it brings the driver up higher and creates stadium style seating for the driver above the passenger. So when they sit at the helm, they're actually looking straight above the heads of the passengers. Right. So again, another small thing, but all these small things put together make a real safe boat. You know, you're leaning on one of our biggest features. This heavy-duty bimini top has huge stainless steel brackets on it, and again, it's very safe, and because we put it on mobile swivels, you don't have that loud racking as well, so that's a nice feature.
Well, they're really easy to move too. We just flipped this over really easily.
Yeah, wasn't that great? It also has low-level legs. Like my lake that I live on, there's a lot of bridges. So we're always putting the bimini top up and down. And you saw with the flip of a finger how we were able to flip these over. And that's important. You know, we have a lot of young customers, but we have a lot of older customers as well that have a hard time moving the cumbersome bimini tops.
Right. What are some of the features here?
Well, what's great about this dash is we put everything through a master power switch. So at the end of the day, I tell my customers, you're done with the boat, flip that switch down, you know everything's dead, you're not going to run your battery down. And that gives them good peace of mind. Another thing up here is a GPS with tracking as well as temperature and speed all built right into it. And one thing that I need to point out is everything that we've looked at on this boat, including a USB port for your iPods or running your phone music through it, the GPS, the tilt steering wheel, the special vinyls that we use, they're all standard features on a Majestic.
That's incredible. Well, it's a really comfortable chair too. If I'm the king driving this boat, they're going to have to pry me out of here for sure. Let's go up front and see what we have there. Well, Dan, you guys are definitely speaking my language here. More recliners. I might have to give up that captain's chair after all, but what else do we have going on up here?
Well, as you can see, we didn't sacrifice room in any of the boat. When we're talking in the back, it's obviously got a lot of volume there, but as you move forward, we can still fit all your family, all their friends in the front of the boat as well.
Well, that's great. Well, thanks, Dan, for showing me around. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We just finished testing the Starcraft Majestic Starlounger. Now this is Starcraft's signature model, the flagship. It's a big boy, over 27 feet. It's powered only by a Yamaha 150, which might seem a little underpowered. We got really nice performance out of it though. Time to plane of 2.8 seconds and 20 miles an hour in 4 seconds even, with a top speed of 32.5 miles an hour. This boat really corners flat. It really handles nice. We're set up with a triple 25-inch tube setup, so it's really buoyant, does well in rough water as well. For more information on the Starcraft Majestic Starlounger and other great boats, go to boatingworld.com. I'm Alan Jones, and we'll see you out on the water.